Arizona beats Washington State 60-25 here at McHale Center. Head coach Sean Miller has joined us here courtside. Well, congratulations, Coach. Great way to start the conference season here. And I tell you what, your defense, which has been so good all season long, certainly showed why tonight.
You know, obviously we feel good about our defensive performance. And, you know, Brian, the one thing I want to point out is, you know, Washington State clearly was playing without two players. And their leading scorer, Devontae Lacey, who's having a great year. You know, to me, he's an all Pac-12 performer. And when you take that type of firepower off of an opponent, sometimes things like this can happen, especially on the road. So clearly, you know, Washington State, when they get their players back on their end, I think they're going to have much more success. Tonight's game wasn't reflective of their quality as much as it was trying to find a way to score without their leading scorer, who's a very, very good player. But in terms of us, we can only control what we do, and I thought we played efficiently on defense. Thought a lot of guys took pride in getting stops, and the pace of the game was a little slower than maybe we would have liked. But I thought that our defensive effort was outstanding, and hopefully, like we've talked a lot about, Brian, that it remains with us throughout. That's the bigger question.
I mean, everybody on the floor played good defense tonight, but I wanted to ask you about T.J. McConnell in particular. He only got credit for 2 steals tonight, but and yet just, you know, he's always so active around the ball. He just seemed to either deflect balls or get a hand on the ball or force the point guard, whoever was handling the ball, to go in a direction maybe they didn't want to. You know, is TJ, you know, where's his defense right now? Is he as good as he looked tonight?
You know, TJ just runs our team, Brian. He runs our team on offense, but he also, in a sense, runs our team many times on defense. I believe he's improving on defense because the style that he played at Duquesne before he transferred was much different than our style. And although he was here to practice last year, there's a big difference between practicing and playing in the game. So as he's gotten more game experience, I think he's more comfortable following the rules that we play with and playing our style. But you're right. To me, he's in the right place at the right time. He has a knack of getting his hand on the ball, and he was disruptive tonight.
Caleb Tarczewski coming back after missing a couple games with the ankle sprain, played 22 minutes tonight, had 11 points and 3 rebounds. Looked like he was in good shape out there.
Caleb did a really good job, but we erred on the side of caution in the second half by not playing him. I don't think he played past the first maybe 9 minutes of the second half. No reason to hurt his ankle or to beat it up unnecessarily. He's made a lot of progress. The fact that he was able to play and yet not play 30-plus minutes is a good thing for him to move forward because, as you know, we play at 12 noon on Saturday, and that's going to be here before we know it. I like to think he'll be able to have recovered and be 100%.
You know, the last 4 games, if my math is right now, in the last 4 games, your team has only turned the ball over 12 times, maybe 13, but right around there. Is there anything consciously that your guys are doing better in the second half than they are in the first half, just taking care of the ball?
No, we talked about it. You know, one of the things that was different for us tonight is Washington State was playing zone on their missed shots. We haven't faced a lot of that. We've faced quite a bit of different types of defenses, but they went strictly to a zone for almost 20 to 25 minutes of the game, maybe even more than that. And when you're pushing the ball in transition against the zone, it's different than pushing the ball against the man. And we had a number of turnovers in transition tonight, I think just because our guys weren't used to almost facing a cluster as opposed to an individual defender. But we talked about that at halftime. We also had, I thought, more quality offensive possessions in the second half as we moved the ball. We're more patient. You know, we want to take early shots if they're great shots, but if they're back, we don't want to take a quick shot just to take one. As we moved the ball, had possessions where we had 5 or more passes, 8 passes, the ball touched both corners, got inside. Whoever shot it, and we don't really care, took a great shot. And that's what we're after, the best shot each possession. So I think on offense tonight we learned that you have to be careful taking quick shots against zones. They have to be wide open or else you almost play into the zone's hands.
Coach, like you said, you got a quick turnaround here. Washington won in Tempe tonight. Obviously, great start for them. Look forward to that game on Saturday.
Washington, that's a really good win. As we know, Arizona State's been playing terrific basketball. And to win on the road in this conference, It's going to be very, very meaningful. I know Oregon won an overtime game at Utah. Utah's much improved. And you just look around the conference. We knew this before it started. It's a deeper conference. It's a stronger conference. And I think that it's going to be a great test night in and night out. And we have to be able to put this game behind us and be ready to go on noon on Saturday, because clearly Washington's going to come in here with a ton of confidence.
Very good. Thanks, Coach. We'll see you then. Head coach Sean Miller, courtside here at McHale Center. The Wildcats beat Washington State 60-25.